Yeah,
What are you sipping on, man?
I have a what is it? There's a new cold brew at Starbucks, and whenever they introduce a new cold brew, I have to try it
Yeah.
because I am a slut for cold brew.
What is it?
Um, it is a white chocolate macadamia
Ooh.
cold foam
Oh
cream
my.
thing. Yeah, yeah. I'm a sweet coffee drinker.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and anybody who drinks black coffee is a serial killer. So,
Yeah, well, guilty, I guess. I mean, I might have some bodies in my basement, but
oh, see,
I don't know.
if you drink black coffee,
Yeah.
like you are a serial killer. Doesn't mean you've acted on it yet.
Right, right. It's just in my future. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's very
or
possible.
like, or it's just like you have the capability.
Yeah, I had the ability. Yeah, I'm the same way though, dude. Like anytime like Starbucks gets something new, like I have to try it because I go there so often. And it's like, yeah, you get something new in the menu. It's like, oh, I'm the same with Chipotle. Anytime Chipotle drops a new menu item, I'm like,
Oh,
sign me up, man. Let's try it out.
dude, Starbucks and Chipotle, how hipster!
Oh
Like
man.
that, like you are the quintessential 2010 hipster.
Oh yeah, dude. I am millennial AF like all day
Yeah.
long. Like I go into Chipotle or go into Starbucks with my skinny jeans on,
Yeah.
and I walk out with my my cold brew or whatever I get, and then I go right across the street a little bit later to Chipotle, still rocking some fucking 2010 probably Breathe Carolina or something like that.
Oh God.
Uh,
I haven't
believe
seen.
Steve in the chat says that your beard is on point, and I have
Oh,
to agree. It is a
thanks.
very manicured beard. He says he wants to see me grow my beard out. I actually did have a long beard when Dakota and I first met.
I
I had a
remember this.
beard very similar to Dakota's, and we exchanged lots of beard stories and beard lube and balm
Hmm.
recommendations.
That's a real thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I just got mine done on Tuesday because I'm traveling for work right now.
Oh,
You
nice.
can see my my beautiful hotel artwork.
Mm-hmm.
There's a cowboy behind me.
Yeah.
Uh, thank you, Hilton.
Yeah, that's what I pick my hotels based on the artwork usually. Like I try to
Right.
I go in, I peruse the the lobby. I'm like, what kind of artwork are we looking for here?
Yeah, this is it's very very country western art. Um, there is like directly across from the bed, there is a portrait of a horse running, like
Oh,
galloping in the
sounds
desert.
majestic.
Yeah, it's great. I feel inspired
Like every time I
whenever
sit
we
down,
can see.
I want to create in this room. I can't
Yeah,
get around it. Yeah.
yeah.
No, your beard is on. So you go see somebody about that then? You got a guy? You got a beard guy? Or a woman?
um, Kinda. So whenever like I only get my beard done like once every like four haircuts maybe
Okay.
because I line it up and trim it and
Yeah.
everything myself. But it gets to a point where it's like, okay, it needs to be professionally done.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just have
Nope, you froze up on me.
another probably like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, yeah. I was just saying when I had my big old man beard, I was I would go somewhere and get it done, and it would look so fresh. And then I'd try to keep up on it on my own for like a few weeks, and it would just never look as good. And then I'd go get it done. And I'm like, oh man, but like I can't go there every. I don't have time to go there every week, obviously, to get it done. So
I know, I
yeah, and
know.
then it just I don't know. One day I don't know what happened. It was like something like snapped in my brain. That serial killer thing you were talking about, probably. Something
Hmm.
snapped, and I just fucking shaved it all off. My wife was like, are you okay? Like, are you going through something? Like, it's like she was worried about me.
It's like a girl changing her hair color. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
are you good?
Well, I was
Oh,
nervous too because I have a kid and he's 4 now, and but at that
right.
time he was like I think like 1 going on 2 or something like that, and he had only
Yeah.
known me with a giant beard, so I was afraid that I was gonna shave it and freak him out. He was gonna recognize me
Right.
or something.
Right. Yeah. No. So my kid is 10 now,
Hmm.
and I think the last time I was clean shaven was 9 years ago.
Oh
So
wow, yeah,
yeah,
he's
I
never
have
seen it.
had a no. I don't even remember what my
Right,
face looks
right,
like here. You know, like he doesn't need to see it. He doesn't need to
yeah.
know.
How's the chin? Do you have a normal chin, or is it like a fucked up chin you're hiding under?
No, it's a normal chin. I think I don't have like a butt chin.
Yeah.
Actually, I wonder if this will like show up on the stream. But I have like a photo that's a side by side of me with like a very short, like trimmed face.
Do you just anticipate people talking shit about your chin? So you just
No, people always ask me because like I've been at my job for almost
yeah.
8 years, and nobody's ever seen me without a beard, and they're like, "Man, what do you look like without a beard?"
So you just got on the ready.
So I have one on deck,
That's
and
amazing.
I hope this like shows these two pictures were taken about a year apart.
Okay.
Okay, um, so I want to say one was like 2014, and the one with the beard is 2015. But
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we can see. Whoa, dude, that is. I mean, you're good looking either way. It's good look. On the right, on the beerless photo, you almost look like a fucking like a member of AFI or something. Like,
hey, I'll take that.
yeah.
I wish I was.
I know. Well, we'd all be making a lot more money, right?
I know, right? I'm definitely not worried about our TikToks. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah,
Speaking of,
yeah. I
dude,
wanted. Oh, go ahead.
TikTok banned in Montana yesterday.
Wait, bandit who?
TikTok is banned in the state of Montana.
Just in Montana?
Yeah, state legislature like banned it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the
How can
news
you?
article came. I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's like um, obviously they can track like um, you know, where you're downloading things
Yeah,
from, as our locations are always on,
yeah.
and I guess people would probably be able to still access it with a VPN. I'm
Oh
guessing,
fuck.
but yeah, state of Montana banned TikTok
Well,
yesterday.
that explains my
Weird.
dip in views, man. I have a strong Montana fan base,
You know what?
primarily
Like,
Montana.
yeah, the
The
Montanians.
Montanians are loyal followers of mine, man.
I I don't even know if like
Is that
Montana.
real? We gotta fact check you here,
Yeah,
man.
dude, I swear, multiple people sent me the article yesterday, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's happening."
That's
Um,
so yeah. Montana governor bans TikTok. What in the fuck? I guess I still don't understand how it's possible though, because like, yeah, you can do it by location, but like, how can the governor make TikTok not available on your phone? Because like, TikTok would have to agree to that and be like, okay, we're not gonna let you download this unless, dude, technology's scary, man. Like,
I
that's the
don't know.
thing. That's the shit that freaks me out. Something like that's possible that I didn't even know they could do. Like you're telling
Yeah,
me, like, what if like just my city, like Lorraine County, like whatever, Cleveland's like, yeah, no, we're not gonna let you. Like what? Like,
yeah, like, and it's scary because like that's like a big part of what we do. You know
mm-hmm,
what I mean? Like that's where a lot of us kind of got our start.
100%.
You know, so
Well,
having
yeah.
that taken away would be crazy.
Oh my god, yeah, because like all it takes is one state to successfully do it, and then everyone else is gonna be like, oh, so we can ban, because there's a lot of people that hate TikTok, and want to ban it, and like a lot of times from what I've read and heard, like it's not even just about like the Chinese spyware or whatever that they're worried about. It's just that they're worried about the competition with Facebook and Instagram, and like they have they're bigger money players in the U.S. obviously, and they support a lot of the public political parties and all that conspiracy shit. So
Right. Yeah, they want to. They obviously.
oh, are you there?
Come on, man. It's always about money.
Sorry, you cut out there. What were you saying?
Oh, I people always they're always like operating under the facade that it's about the safety
Oh yeah, no one gives a
behind
shit.
TikTok. Yeah,
Yeah,
nobody cares about it. It's all about the money. It always has
yeah.
been.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's like you look at, like, I'm sure you've run into this on like any social media platform, but especially TikTok, where it's like you put something up and it gets like taken down or pulled down or banned or whatever it is, like, and it's like, oh, that's not okay for you to talk about this subject matter, but yet somebody can put like some video on there of them, like, like very young girls dancing with like their asses out, or like some other like just really inappropriate shit that can go on there, but
Hmm.
yeah, we'll get banned.
Yeah. It's I don't know, man. They're always turning a blind eye to so many things. But whatever. I'm just gonna stay in my lane.
Right. No, 100%. Yeah, I mean, you've probably experienced that too on Instagram as well, like the bonus thing that got taken away from us. How we were like, and if anyone listening right now, following around, we creators, us, we're a little bit better than you. We have a little more access, because we're creators. But no, like we make a little bit of money from the social media platforms themselves, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. They pay us a little bit of money. Well, they did. Now Instagram decided we're just not going to pay you guys any. We still want you to keep creating content for our platform, bringing millions of views and followers and stuff to your page, but we're not going to reward you for it at all.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot of money, but it's like, come on, man. Like,
So, I mean, through TikTok, like the creator fund, like I don't make anything with
yeah,
that. Especially like lately, my I don't know. I don't know what's going on with TikTok, but I've experienced a lot more success with Instagram lately.
mm,
Um, and like I started gaining traction on Instagram like 2 or 3 months before they took the
yeah.
bonus
I,
program
s-
away.
I saw you jump up on there a lot on like followers and like all your videos seem like be steadily doing well.
Yeah. So like I had one bonus month where I did really, really well.
Yeah.
I made like, but like when I say really, really well, like they cap you at,
Oh
or they
yeah.
did at least, they capped you at $1,200,
Mm,
right? And I made like 780, I think,
yeah.
that month because I had like a bunch of videos hit like millions of views for some reason. And then like it got announced like a week after that
Yeah.
check hit. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, by the way, we're taking this away. I was like, damn
Yeah.
it.
And it's funny because like as much as I follow like the news and stuff, like I had no idea what was happening, and like I went to go like cash out one month, and it was like it's not available anymore. I'm like, wait, what? And like that's why I think I texted you first. I'm like, yo, do you know about this? He's like, yeah, man, this happened like a month. I'm like, how the fuck did I miss it?
Yeah.
You should notify a motherfucker about that. Like,
Honestly, I found out because I think my girlfriend actually found the article and
yeah,
she was like, "Oh, have you seen this?" And I was like, "Damn
yeah,
it!"
yeah,
It's so crazy because like I I obviously spend a lot of time on social media creating.
mm-hmm,
I don't spend a lot of time on social media scrolling and looking and reading
100%.
just because I don't want to because I spend enough time on it as it is.
Yeah,
So she's the one who always sees these things,
yeah.
and I hear it through the grapevine
Oh
now.
yeah, no, my wife, she's the same way. Like she is so much more on like up to date on all the trends and stuff that's popular on TikTok than I am. Because like she'll quote something or mention something. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, this is a huge viral thing on TikTok right now. Haven't you seen? I'm like, no, because like I am literally on TikTok. I'm creating all day long content for some platform, and I'm on there. I'm on these social sites just to post basically and interact and engage with the followers and whatever my friends and shit. And then I'm off of it. Like you said, like I don't have time to sit there and scroll as much as I will. I love it. I would love to because it's always fun. It's always entertaining. And sometimes I do if I'm taking a shit or something. Like I get in a deep dive and I'll be
Yeah,
like, oh fuck, like I need a wipe, man. I've been sitting here for like 15 minutes. Like I gotta get out this
yeah,
toilet.
yeah.
But
Um, yeah, man. People do that all the time to me too. Like when
yeah,
they find out that I'm on TikTok, they're like, they try to like quote some
yeah,
trend to
yeah,
me, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about
yeah. Well,
all the
isn't
time.
it weird how like back in the day it was like almost cringy to be on TikTok, and it was like if you like I don't know about you, but like I didn't really even tell anybody I was on there for a long time because like you if you did mention you were on there, like oh like what are you like dancing or something, like what are you doing. And now it's like this like short form like it's basically mini YouTube. It's not even a social media platform. Like I don't even consider TikTok a social media platform anymore. I consider it just like a video service similar to like YouTube, like a mini version of that.
Right, right. Because yeah, there's not a lot of interaction between users
Hmm.
uh on TikTok. It's just yeah, I agree. It's more of a video service.
And it's so hard to
Well,
convert people over to like something
yeah,
else because like TikTok, like you can't really do links on there, and like they don't want you to get people off the platform, so they kind of like I've heard anyway they suppress you if you mention going here or clicking on this and getting because they want to keep everyone on the platform, which like just trying to like tell people about my Twitch show is difficult. It's like it's tough to bring people over.
yeah, no, but nobody really knows what the TikTok like
Nobody knows. Yeah.
algorithm is. Like,
No.
what is going on with it really?
Yeah. No, like I've had conversations with people that work at TikTok and then still like I don't have very much more information than the average person.
Yeah.
Like I have something going on right now with my account where like if I post it, because I'm sure you might do this too. Sometimes I post a video and I'll put the sound on, I'll attach a sound to the video, but I'll turn it all the way down to 0 so that the sound is just on the video, but I'm talking over it and I'm like, sharing music or whatever, but I still want
Right.
that sound associated with the video. Well, now
Right.
in the last week or two, whenever I do that, it says it's on there and then I upload and the sound disappears and it just says upload under my original sound. And the only way I've been able to work around it is turning the sound to 1%. Yeah, so this is happening to you
Yep.
too?
Yeah.
Okay.
On not only TikTok but also Instagram.
It always happened to me on Instagram, and I never was able to do it on Instagram. But TikTok, I used to be able to have it down to 0 and be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've started doing that, and I reached out to TikTok directly, and like they were just like, I got this like automatic response. They're like, "Oh yeah, it just happens sometimes. Your video's fine." I'm like, "No, something's different," like because I did this for like 3 years, and now all of a sudden I can't do
Right.
this anymore. Like, but
Right.
it's annoying because like when you have it even at 1%, if it's just quiet enough, you can still hear the background
Just a
noise.
little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. Especially for like somebody who does like all the streaming and like you have all the audio equipment and
yeah.
everything, so you can hear all this. And I'm sure you like mess with your audios a lot. It's like probably
Oh,
like compressing your voice for the
dude.
videos and things like that. So
Like it's weird. I've never been like an audiophile kind of person, like obsessed with like getting the right sound or anything like that. But like ever since I started doing like my radio show and doing this Twitch stuff, like I've become like I'll be like recording something like that mic sounds fucking weird, man. That mic,
mhm.
I'm like there's a little bit of sizzle there I don't like. Like how can I get rid of that?
Get rid of the sizzle. I
Yeah.
remember that, man. Because a lot of I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but I mean maybe. I have a bachelor's degree in radio broadcasting.
Oh yeah, you
So
did mention that because you did college radio and stuff, didn't you?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So like back then when
Yeah.
I was like recording things, I was making like promos and PSAs for the radio
Hmm.
station. I like got into all that stuff. But like then I was so far removed by the time TikTok came around that I just was like, I don't I don't want to relearn all this.
Yeah. Oh, dude. And you would have had to relearn it at that point because it changes so fast. Like everything's like it's crazy how like advanced. Oh, I do this whole show, my whole Sirius XM show from my studio at home. It's crazy. Like you used to have to like go to a place to record a radio show. Now I was like
Yeah.
do it in my home studio. And it's like yeah, it's pretty great. But it moves so fast. Again, like you said, if you take a break for a couple years, you got to start all over sometimes. And
Yeah.
especially now, like what we do as creators, like could you imagine if like you took like a year off from creating content and you try to get back into it? Like you'd be so far behind. You'd have to start all over. Like you
Right.
might still have some followers from a year ago, but like who knows what the platform would be by that time. Everything has changed. Like because you got to be constantly making it and creating it to like figure out like what works. Like that's what when people always ask me constantly. The most generic question, I get it, they want help, but the most generic question that they always ask is like, "Oh, how can I get big on TikTok? Like, how can I grow on TikTok? What should I do to grow on TikTok?" It's like, first of all, that's such a loaded question. There's so many like
Yeah.
different avenues that but it's like the best thing you can do is just start making content, man, and figure out what works. Like
Hmm.
find stuff you like, kind of recreate it or do something in that version of it. But the biggest thing is like just make as much content as you possibly can because you never know what's gonna work until you fucking find something that works, and you're gonna suck at it too is a big thing. You're gonna suck for a long time. Like if you go back and
Yeah.
watch my first like 100 TikToks, fucking garbage, unwatchable, unwatched. I hope
Seriously.
nobody stumbles across it.
Seriously. I'll like so what I did for Instagram was like I when stuff started like taking off on Instagram,
Yeah.
um at that same point they were cracking down on videos with watermarks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I went back and I re-downloaded a lot of my older TikToks without
Hmm.
the watermarks so I could repost them onto Instagram
Nice.
and hopefully get some good traffic on them. And I scrolled far back and I was like, oh my God.
Like maybe I don't want these.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like I remember when I was the lip syncing in my bathroom guy.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, dude. That's when I first like started discovering your shit. That's right.
Yeah, I was the lip syncing like throwback emo pop punk songs in my
Yeah.
bathroom guy. That was what I did.
Yeah, a
And
lot of these moves. I remember that.
oh God. Yeah.
Somewhere on Ocean Avenue. Yeah.
That was literally me. That was what I did.
Yeah.
Uh,
I loved him, man. I was like, this guy's fucking cool. Like, you were one of the first dudes on TikTok I found that also made like pop punk, metalcore, like that kind of like emo stuff. You know, you were one of the first dudes. It was you and Pool Stick Guitar, if you remember him.
oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys were one of the two that I first like started hanging out with and like chatting with and making content with and stuff. And yeah, man, it's funny, yeah, the evolution from that to like where you are now. Like, so is that what you did? You like get on TikTok because you were like, oh, I want to make content, or did you get on it and you saw content and it inspired you? Like how, like what's your villain origin story with this whole thing?
Oh man. COVID.
Mm,
COVID started it all. I think which it did for a lot of us.
same, yeah, yeah.
And my roommate was like, "Hey man, there's this so he was a TikTok dancer."
He
Yes,
was a
dude.
TikTok
I
dancer. He was
was.
a TikTok dancer and a TikTok finger pointer.
Yeah, I
That's a
was
very big distinction.
a lot of just
Love it.
for the throwback. Yeah, no, so my roommate was like, "Hey man, there's this like TikTok thing. People make videos on it. We're not doing anything. We might as well just like, kill some time, try it out." So he started making stuff like on his own, and then I started making stuff.
Hmm.
And for a little while, he was a lot more popular than I was.
Oh, really? What was he making?
And uh, I think we cut
Yeah,
off
they
for a
cut out.
second.
Yeah. What was your roommate making?
Oh, so he was doing a lot of like dark horror transition type stuff.
Okay.
And then I was like, well, what am I familiar with? What do I
Yeah.
know? And I was like, well, I've always wanted to do something like obviously this genre. I've worked in radio, so maybe this is what I do with it. So I
Hmm.
started messing around with it, and I think once I like found the content that I wanted to make with like the music that I wanted to make, that's when I went from like a couple hundred followers to like 5,000 in a
Yeah.
week, and I was like, oh, so this is what it's going to be. And then I think the first like 50,000 came really easy.
Hmm.
Um, and then it's just like then steadily growing. And then we'll obviously have our big pops and where I get freaking torn apart by everybody for using someone's sound, but I
Oh
get
God.
100,000 followers.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah, it is weird how like in the beginning, like it was like the followers came a lot easier. Like I feel like for me personally, like I got up to like 500,000 followers within like the first couple years or so, and then I've been stuck there for like the last year. Like I'm at like 550 now or something like that. Like not that much more. Like it's weird how like it I because for a while I was like, did I just find all the pop punk fans and metalcore fans on? There's no more left? So like, did I just find them all? That's all it is. 550,000. That's all exists. Yeah. But
that's it,
I
all of
think it's
them.
also just like the format, the platform's not the same. Like you just can't grow on there the way you used to. It's not as easy. Like there's a lot of people that made a lot of money and got really famous just for like posting 10-second videos of them like doing a transition or doing like a lip sync and stuff, and like that doesn't really happen anymore. I feel like no one's really blowing up like that anymore.
The creativity aspect on it has grown a lot,
Yeah,
and you have to be able to, you know, it's not just people, doing their TikTok trend dances. It's a lot more, at least from what I've seen,
yeah,
it's a lot of actual like creation and editing and
right.
like a lot of what,
Storytelling.
yeah, a lot of what Matt does.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, and like all credit to Matt, man. He
Matt Beeben, by the
made,
way, if anyone listening, Matt Beeben, he's the shit. He's a good guy, good friend of ours.
dude, I, when he first started, like I was following him like when he had like 5,000 followers, I
Yeah.
think. And I saw what he was making, and I was like, oh, this dude's going to make it
Hmm.
in this genre, in this
Yeah.
area of TikTok. I know it. And his stuff just like his editing has gotten so good, and like his
Yeah.
sound creating has gotten so good, and just he took off. It's doing
Yeah,
great with
his
it.
editing is fantastic, and like, yeah, he's one of the few people in that space who has the humor and like the timing and the sensibility on top of the fucking sick editing skills too, you know, because a lot of times like a lot of us like we just like we're really good at, you know, come up with good content, funny stuff, engaging stuff, whatever. But like we don't do like full blown fucking CGI animation like this motherfucker. Like his shit
Oh
is like a
yeah,
Transformers movie sometimes, you know. It's so fucking
yeah,
intense.
so good. Yeah, I am so computer illiterate.
Mhm.
I would never be able to do those things. So like all credit to him. Also, speaking of like that, another shout out that I have to make, one of my favorite creators. I had like a sit down with
Mhm.
her, Jessica Conrad.
Oh yeah, Jessica, yeah,
Yeah, she saying like I was talking to Jessica
yeah.
about like what she does to edit her videos and everything, and she was like, honestly, just use CapCut.
Oh yeah,
I was
that's
like,
what I use. Yeah.
what? And she was like, yeah, it's like super user friendly. A lot of it is very similar to editing within TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 'cause it's
Just
owned by TikTok too, so it's like,
right,
yeah.
right. So a lot of it's the same, and that has helped me so much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I love the fact that you can like extract audio
Oh yeah.
from videos that you have made and attach it to like your own video that you've also made.
Mm-hmm.
Create that piece before you actually upload it into TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
which helps a lot when like bands have their sound on TikTok and you they don't have that piece of the song that you want.
Exactly. Yeah, they never do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that has like helped me immensely
Mm-hmm.
over the last few months in what I've been making. So shout out to her for
Yeah.
helping me out. That was awesome.
She makes great content too. Because I remember I was talking to somebody in a band, and they were like, oh yeah, dude, can you check out our song? Like Jessica Conrad's promoting it. Like she thinks it's cool. She posts about it on her TikTok, and I'm like, oh, who the fuck is that? Like I had no idea who they were talking about, and I'm like, and then I went to her page. I'm like, oh, dude, this person's awesome. Like yeah, I love her
Yeah,
content. Yeah, I do
yeah.
the same. I use CapCut. I also use InShot too. I usually make everything. I like InShot's editing a little bit better, so I use InShot for most of it, and then use CapCut to like finish stuff up and do some captions and shit. Because CapCut's captions are fucking stellar. They really nail the caption game.
Mhm.
Like I tried like 5 different caption apps, and CapCut definitely has the best one. And I've heard, don't know if this is true, but I've heard that TikTok prioritizes content made by CapCut since CapCut is owned by TikTok. That you know the AI can recognize that you made it in CapCut, and they'll prioritize it a little bit. Don't know if that's true or not. That's just what I've heard. Wouldn't
Again,
surprise me.
we never know.
Never know.
We never will.
Do you ever like get into like so for me when I make content, a lot of mine is based around music news and trending stuff happening in the music world. So like there's kind of always a surplus of content for me to create stories around. I usually my biggest thing is I have a hard time. I can't make as many videos as I want to make, you know. Do
Yeah,
you ever like feel like you're like kind of burned out, or you have a trouble like coming up with ideas for stuff?
all the time,
Yeah.
all the time. So I think so. I like to what so I think a lot of what helped me like grow was creating a trend that people associated with me.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of what people saw from me was the what you think I'm listening to, what I'm actually listening
Yeah,
to
yeah, I love those
videos,
videos.
um, which are great. I still love making them,
Yeah.
but I feel like the idea got tired, so I wanted to like flip it a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. So I've, with the help of CapCut, um, started making sounds where it's not what you think I'm listening to versus what I'm actually listening to. It's like kind of swapped. It's I'm listening to this like
Yeah.
embarrassing song, and then I get caught, and then
Right.
I like switch it really
Flip it.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like trying to create something new and fresh with that same idea. Um, and I really want to make that one happen. I made a few videos like that for like promo content,
Mm-hmm.
and they've done okay. But again, like when you're using sounds from these bands that like aren't very popular or like listened to that much, it's hard to like make sure that content gets pushed. Uh, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to like find something fun and creative for these bands so that they have something that they're happy to put forth. Uh,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
um, it's but yeah, burnt out all the time, like
It's dude.
writer's block all the time.
Right. Yeah, because like I imagine like because again, like I said, like I kind of have like stuff I can pull from content wise all the time, but like you have to like literally come up with like fresh ass like ideas and like concepts and shit like out of thin air. Like 'cause, like I know a lot of times like I'll do like cause I'll come up with like original stories and stuff like about like why this song was written this way or whatever. Like I create like more of like a docu series kind of like idea around songs and bands and whatever. But like, yeah, just having if I had to do that every single day, like that would take up a fuck ton of my time. Because a lot of times it's like, okay, what's the popular news story today? Bring Me the Horizon dropped a song, cool. Check it out, guys. Bring Me the Horizon dropped a new song. Here's my
Yeah,
review.
right,
Like, it's kind of like it's like fed into me, and then just it's
right.
on my because that's how I kind of view my like platform is like I'm just like the 2023 version of a music blogger, just on all the social media without an actual blog.
Right.
Like,
Which I mean, I think is I think it's right up the alley that
yeah.
you should have gone. It like I I get all my music news from you.
Oh,
You know,
nice. That's
it
dope.
is yeah. So I appreciate that a lot because like I don't have the time or I don't know if patience is the word
Hmm.
to just like keep up with all the news and be on top of it as you are. Because
Yeah.
like I'll see it on I'll see it on Instagram from you or on TikTok from you, and then I'll see like, oh, on the noise or whatever, Bring
Right.
Me the Horizon dropped a new song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I heard it from Jesse first.
Right. Right.
Like I don't know how we got this out so fast,
Yeah.
but you do it.
Yeah. I do try that. That's a kind of the bummer too with this like content creation game is like you do have to be fast with stuff, and it's like a lot of times I stress myself out because I'm like, oh, the song's been out for a day, like I got to get a post up about it. It's been out like back in the day, like you could digest things and like really take your time before reporting on it, but now it's like you gotta get shit out there fast because like
Yeah.
it's old news really quick. And yeah, it's funny because like I do like spend so much time like following music news and like trying to like be up to date on music news that when I have a conversation with somebody casually who's like not a fucking insane person like me, I like mention something and they're like, "What are you talking about?" Like I'm like, "Oh, it's so you didn't hear the story?" They're like, "No, like why would I know about the fucking show that Turnstile played in Philly last night? Like why would I?"
Right.
Well, yeah, I was talking to Olive the other day, and I'm like, "What do you think of Bring Me the Horizon's new stuff?" And she's like, "Oh, Bring Me has new stuff out." I'm like, "What? Like you haven't heard it yet?"
Yeah. Dude, speaking of Bring Me the Horizon's new song, I am a big fan.
Oh yeah, I was getting nervous. I'm like, "Oh no, is he gonna shit on
Big fan.
it?"
No, no, not at
Yeah,
all.
so
I think
good.
it's awesome.
Yeah,
Cause like so I've been a Bring Me the Horizon fan since the beginning, right? This is what the edge of your seat was made for. Like when they
shit.
were
Yeah,
deathcore EP, like big fan
yeah,
since like 2008 or whatever it was. Um, and what they made with Lost is like all the things I looked for in a song
yeah,
over the last like 15 years. It's got a really cool breakdown, which was kind of easy core-ish, right? It
yeah,
was,
yeah, for sure.
and it has parts where it's like emo pop punky, and then it's also got like the electronic side that I love
Yeah, the whole
with
hyper pop stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because like when I go through like all these bands in my head, and I'm like, when I think easy core, I think like A Day to Remember, I think 4 Year Strong, and like those are two of my favorite bands.
yeah,
And then obviously all the emo pop punk other stuff that we listen to. The bands go like the list is very long.
yeah.
And then like from the electronic side, obviously bands like Metro Station and you said Breathe Carolina
Right,
earlier.
right, yeah.
Like it's so cool that they like mesh that all together, and it's so cool that that's a Bring Me the Horizon song. I
Yeah.
just
Oh, yeah. Dude,
I
well,
was
they're always ahead of the curve on stuff. And, Bring Me is one of those bands that, like, I would say from 2009 to 2012 ish, I was not listening to emo, metalcore, anything in that world. You know, like I was super into that world up until about '09, and then like I went through this like weird like singer songwriter indie phase. Like that's where like all the shit I like listened to. I really didn't like check out like much of those bands. Like Bring Me is one of those bands I missed. I was real late to the game on Bring Me. So like whenever one talk shit about their new stuff, like, oh, I miss their deathcore days. It's like, well, I wasn't there for the deathcore days, so I don't really give a fuck. I like everything they do,
Right.
and like everything they put out is fucking always good. And yeah, I love the hyper pop element to this new one because like I discovered 100 Gex. I don't remember who showed it to me, and I was like, because someone's like, "Oh, do you ever listen to hyperpop?" I'm like, "What is hyperpop?" And they try to explain it to me. I'm like, "That sounds like EDM. It sounds like you're explaining. It sounds like you're saying EDM words to me. Like I don't understand it."
Right.
And then they show me 100 Gex, and I was like, "Oh, it is EDM, but it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. Like it's definitely like not the same. It's not Skrillex. It's got some elements of Skrillex,
Right.
but it's also like it's like more." From first to last and Skrillex together almost, it's like the best
Yeah.
elements of both, and I fucking love it. And yeah, it's like yeah, the introduce again. Bring Me is just so fucking smart to embrace that because I mean that's kind of I feel like the next wave,
Yeah.
and they're on it early, and then it's gonna be fucking played out by time other bands get onto it, and they'll be on to the next.
Yeah. Yeah. They've always been so good at that, and that's why they've had the longevity that they had.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great. Uh, I just wanted to say hi to Sky Caught Fire
Hey,
because
Scott Fire.
somebody said hi in the chat.
Yeah. Make sure to
Um,
follow Dakota on all social media.
mm,
On TikTok, Instagrams. You're
TikTok,
not doing
milligrams.
YouTube shorts yet, are you?
No,
Dude, you
no,
gotta get on that, man. It's easy growth. Cause it's the
isn't
same.
it?
All you just have to just re-upload all the stuff you already have, all those videos. Just throw them on YouTube Shorts, and you'll cause it's like the next thing that they're pushing is the YouTube Shorts. That's what they're pushing right now on YouTube. Cause no one the actual long form videos don't have as much like organic reach.
Right, unless
But
you already have like
yeah.
a huge
hmm
following. Yeah, okay. And I mean, I have a YouTube account, but it's just like dead. I haven't touched it in years. So do I
You could
just
use
like,
that, or you could start a new one. Either way.
mm,
I'd
yeah,
probably start a fresh one.
yeah.
Yeah, that would probably be a better bet.
I remember, um, so when I was in college, in my senior year, we had a like a life prep class kind of
Yeah.
where it showed you like how to create a resume with like all your college experience and everything like that. And then one of the parts uh, of that class that the professor liked to do near the end of it was he liked to go over people's internet presence. Um, and not in a positive way.
Oh no.
So he just what he did every year was he would like go through and he would like Google um, the different like students in the particular
Yeah.
class
See what popped up.
and just see what popped up. And we walk in
It's a
one
dangerous
day.
game.
Yeah, yeah. We walk in one day and my face is plastered all over the wall,
Oh my
like
god.
on a projector with like all these tabs of
Yeah.
like all my social media. And at the time, it was like MySpace,
Yeah.
Facebook, YouTube, and all the dumb like YouTube videos that I made when I was in high school that
Right.
nobody ever saw
Right.
until he decided to bring it up in this class.
Yeah. You're like, I guess I better delete those.
Uh, and he started the class by saying, I have never found so much for any of my students
Yeah.
than when I Googled you. I was like, oh God, great.
Content creator, what do you want?
Yeah, right.
Well,
I didn't mean to be.
yeah. You like you're in your 30s, right? Or you late 20s?
Yeah, I'll be 32 this year.
32. Okay, yeah. So you're about the same. I'm 35. So like we grew up in the MySpace era, obviously, and we grew up in content creation world, kinda. Like it really didn't start taking off, I say, until my probably I feel like early 20s is like when YouTube really like started like becoming a thing as like a way to like make money and You know, probably the same for you, like or mid 20s or something like that. So like, it's weird that like we kind of grew up with it, but like it hasn't been there our whole lives. But there's kids now that like it is a literally around their entire lives. So like by the time they're our age in their 30s, like people who aren't even content creators are gonna have so much content out there, without even trying, without even making it, or just like posting stuff on their personal Instagram. Like you can, I guess, private and stuff, but like it's just crazy that like, in 30 years or so, like there's gonna be people that like could have had their whole lives, like especially if there's somebody who like their parents like made content around them. There's lots like mommy and daddy bloggers, and or not, that's not even really a thing anymore, but mommy and daddy TikTokers, and stuff,
Yeah.
and making content around their baby. And then if that baby grows up and wants to make content too, like literally their entire life has been on social media. Like that's
Hmm.
fucking crazy. Like I know that you'll like do like fun things with your kid every now and then. Like but you don't like ever put them out there like a lot. Like do you ever feel weird about having shit with him on there?
No, not really, because like so he enjoys a lot of the music that we listen
Yeah.
to, and he likes being involved in the music. He he's an interesting kid. He likes
Yeah, it seems like it.
he is a pretty big Billie Eilish fan.
Nice.
Um, he stays on top of like her drops and her releases,
Yeah.
like whether it's her music or her clothing. Like he's very interested in that. Um, he really likes Our Last Night. Uh, he went to an Our Last Night show a few years ago. I think he was like 6 or 7,
Yeah.
and he was like side stage with like the things on, and like they recognized him like
Oh,
being
that's
there
cool.
really young,
Yeah.
and they're like, hey, come around and like actually watch like backside stage, and
Oh,
like they
that's
talked to him
awesome.
after. Yeah. um his first concert was the final run of Warped Tour.
Oh shit.
He was 5 years old,
Wow.
and he loves the Used.
Yeah.
He like knows Burt McCracken. He's like, that's Burt McCracken.
That rules.
uh yeah, it's pretty cool. And uh he also likes State Champs.
Yeah.
Like whenever like State Champs comes on in my rotation, he's like, oh, like I know these guys, and he knows a couple songs. And I did a show with State Champs last summer,
Oh, I remember
or
that. Yeah.
I did it with Derek from State
Yeah,
Champs.
you guys did like an emo night thing or something, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And like I was so hyped to just like take pictures with Derek and be like, look,
Yeah.
Dex, my son's name is Dexter. It's like,
Yeah.
look, Dex, I met him, and like we did a show together. Um, but I don't like he doesn't show a lot of interest in creating content,
Hmm.
um, which is interesting considering like he grew up watching like uh, there's that kid Ryan
Oh,
on
right. Yeah, my
you.
kid's really into that too. Ryan's World.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's one of those kids that grew up his entire life on YouTube. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he's set.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Like
He's not
he's
gonna be hurting for money. Like, unless it's. I mean,
no
who knows though? Like, because his parents are in control of everything. So, like, hopefully he's got good parents.
right, but yeah, he'll hop in and like he'll get in a video every now and then.
Yeah.
He's not afraid of being in front of the camera, but
Well, yeah. Because I mean, I guess like my worry, not for you, but like my worry in like general is like when you put the kid on there is like how shitty people are online. Just to I mean,
yeah,
there's just so many haters and like like, I mean, do you have like. I know you're kind of the same way as I am. Like you'll see some hate and you'll like make a joke about it and like kind of put them on blast a little bit. And like, because
yeah,
like I feel like if someone's gonna come at my account and talk some shit and be mean and try to be like a funny asshole or whatever, it's like I'm gonna put you on blast because like, well, you got some shit to say. All right, here it is, and I'll respond, put it on my Instagram story, like whatever, like.
yeah,
And it's like I never tried to like take like the I never try to take it too personally or try to get like
right,
mean or anything. I make a joke about it and I'm like, oh, it sucks. Your face is stupid or what. I don't know, like whatever it is. Like, it's like, but it is weird how like these people will they'll just find a stranger online and like and it'll just go to fucking war with them. And it's like, bro, we're talking about Metallica here. It's like not that big of a deal. Like, why?
right. Like I don't. I think Instagram has a lot worse people on it
I
than
can see
any other
that. Yeah,
platform.
yeah,
uh, but I think when these videos have so many views and so many comments, these people who write these comments think they're going to go unnoticed,
yeah,
you know? And
sometimes when
Twitter's pretty bad as well. Yeah, Twitter is
yeah,
toxic. Dude, Twitter
I
is just fucking toxic. Like,
I I I don't touch
no,
Twitter.
I don't either.
I I've tried it a couple times. I
Yeah,
have it, and
same.
I follow sports stuff on it. Really,
Yeah.
that's really all I do with it.
Yeah, I'll scroll the timeline every now and then just because like that is a good place to find like news and like trending stuff, you know.
Right,
But like
right,
yeah, it's like just the hate that you see on there, just like oh, just I don't
right,
understand it. And like, I think like, again, it's probably in the same vein as like Facebook. It's been around for so long. There's so many more people on there. There's so much more of a older community on there as well that like tends to be not as open minded about whatever the topic is, you know. And
right.
it gets so fucking rough and yeah, it is funny, like you said, like a video will have a ton of views, a ton of comments, and somebody will say something, and I usually don't respond, but like, for whatever reason, like if I open my app up at that exact moment I see it, or I get the notification, whatever, for every now and then I'm like, oh fuck you, and I'll say something to them, and they'll
Yeah,
be like you said, they're not expecting a reply, and they'll immediately be like, "Oh, dude, no, I love your content. I'm just joking." Like immediately, like
yeah.
about, like I
They
didn't mean it like that. I was like,
backpedal.
"Oh, oh, you didn't? You didn't think I was
Yeah.
an asshole? Then why'd you call me an asshole?" Like,
Right, exactly. Dude, there was this one time where it was such a simple comment too.
yeah,
Some dude came on and he was just like cringe. And I was like, all right. So
those are
I
the
went
worst.
I went to his profile
Yeah,
and his whole thing is like, oh, like and it's always like this too. It's
yeah,
like 9 out of 10 times they have like a Bible verse
yeah.
in their
It's always
thing.
something about like positivity, guys, above all else. You
Yeah,
know, some other
exactly.
bullshit.
Exactly. And he had a whole bunch of posts about like how his friend who was in another country, like they had like some kind of crazy natural disaster and like his
Yeah.
friend and his family like lost their homes and he
Oh
was
my
asking for
god.
help and all this stuff, right? And he had like links to like help his friend and all this stuff. And I was like, hey man, I hope your friend in I don't remember where it was. I hope your
Yeah.
friend in whatever country it was is doing okay.
Yeah.
Don't be an asshole to people on the internet. And that's all I said.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm so sorry. You're right, King. And then he's like, you right, King. He called me King. And he follows me now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. That's the best when you have those interactions and then they follow you and they become like fans or something. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, I've had a lot of people like talk shit and I'll respond with like a witty comeback and instead of them getting mad, like ah, that's funny, and they'll follow me and then they like me all of a sudden. It's like,
right.
yeah, it's funny too. Like I had one dude like called me, like I said I look like a shaved weasel or something, like a skinned weasel or something like that, and his profile picture was a car, and I was like, well, you look like a car, you know.
Right.
Simple joke, and like his next 10 responses were like just the most hateful, like calling me like f slur and liberal, queer, and all this like
I
yeah.
remember
And
this.
they
I
started
remember
DMing
that.
me and trying and all this stuff. I'm like, bro, what? First of all, I've never put my political stance out there at all. Like, I don't know where you're getting
Yeah,
this at, but like it was just like I literally said you look like a car, man, because your profile picks a car, and you started it. Like I didn't even
yeah.
start this. Like,
And
but
dude, so many times
yeah,
too. It's like an anonymous private
yeah,
profile. They're hiding behind a picture of a car or a dog, and
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
yo, if you're gonna say it with your chest and
Yeah,
put your face out
yeah,
there. You know what I
exactly. Well,
mean?
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna let anonymous account 13675 ruin my day. You know, like fuck
Right.
you. Like go
Yeah.
fuck you. Like I love it too. Is like we all obviously both make content in the music space, and like I'm not to toot our own horns, but we are responsible for some bands being elevated and getting a lot more streams and noticed because we've posted about them.
Yeah.
And I'll see like these bands and members like talk shit to me in my comment section and like be an asshole to me. It's like that's a really weird move to be an inspiring artist and talk shit to somebody that could help you. Like, okay, like
Right.
you could have a conversation with me and maybe I'd show me your music and I might promote you or something. But no, you're gonna talk shit to me because you didn't like my take on the last Metallica single or whatever it is.
Yeah. Right.
Like
You know what? Noted.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. I know. I wish I did. I wish I did have a list. Because I'm sure there's bands that have talked shit to me, and then like they've shown me the music like a year later. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Because like I don't have a list. I should get a list. I should make a list.
You should start making a
Yeah,
list for sure. There's there's a couple like bands that like we've attempted to work with in the past that
yeah. Oh yeah, dude. You get a lot. Yeah, you get a lot of prima donnas. Surprisingly in
yeah,
the the underground space. It's like, yo, bro, like you're on the rise. Like you gotta be nice to people. Like that's a big thing. Like you gotta be nice to people on the way up, because you're asking for help, you're asking for handouts most of the time. Like you gotta be nice to people on the way up, and then especially because like on the way down, you're gonna be seeing the same ass people, man. So
Yep.
it's just
And like the biggest thing that I think is wild, like not only are they prima donnas, but they try to control what we do with our content.
oh yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
100%, yeah,
Like that's the biggest red flag for me. Is like you came to me for my help for
yeah.
something that I do, something that I have a following for, and then you want to be the one to facilitate all of it. Like
Yeah, my favorite's like when someone's like, "Oh, I'm a huge fan of your content, man. I follow you. I love everything you do. Can you talk about my song?" It's like, "Yeah, cool." It's like, "Cool. Can you do a dance or do this trend?" Or it's like, "Wait, what?" Like, I have never done that. I'm like, Why would I ever make a video like that?" Like, you said you
right,
follow me, but yeah, you want me to make something that's not anywhere near what I usually make to
right,
promote your band, like.
right. If you want me, like if you want me to do
Yeah.
this, like you are signing up for me and what
Right.
I
Right.
do. You know,
Right.
that's it. Like,
Well,
so,
dude, I've had a blast talking to you, man. I really, honestly, I could sit here and talk to you for another fucking 2 hours, but
honestly.
I do gotta get the kid, get him to his taekwondo practice.
Oh, whoa, future ass
Yeah,
whooper. All
yeah.
right,
Well, yeah. I'm trying
copy
to
that.
I'm trying to build a little bodyguard, so because I'm not gonna fight anybody, so I'm gonna build him
Perfect.
up and then take him with me to places, and fight all my
Right.
battles for me. That's my plan.
He can kick all the Instagram haters' asses.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
All right, brother.
Yeah. So, but do you got any last promotions or anything? Where can we find you? Like, what are you doing? What's next in the world, Dakota?
Okay, so obviously follow me on TikTok and Instagram. My Instagram is not trash mouth. It's Dakota is Spider-Man. So I need to change that. Somebody has trash mouth, like exactly how I have it on
Son of a bitch.
Instagram, and I've tried to get it, but I don't think it's actually happening.
Yeah.
But I will be doing Riot Night in July
Oh,
here.
sick.
That's going to be with Travis from We the Kings and
Hell yeah.
Mason from Metro Station and a couple other local artists, Chad Cole, Sorry X. So that's going to be cool. And then probably catch me at Blue Ridge Rock Festival
Hell yeah. Hell
in
yeah.
September. So yeah, that's all I have on the agenda right now, but
Fuck
I'm sure
yeah.
there's more to come.
Fuck yeah. Well, yeah, dude, we're definitely 100 million% going to do this again. We're gonna try to do this. Hopefully, we can do it longer next time because, like I said, man, we got a lot more to talk about, a lot more shit to go
Absolutely.
over. But this is
Absolutely.
good. This was a good little tip for the followers. A good little tip for the listeners.
Right. A nice like sprinkle of what's to come.
Yeah. All right, brother. It was good chatting you, man. Peace
You
out.
too, bro. Have a good one.